Welcome to Teacher Assistant AI tutorial looking at the worksheet builder. When we're down here in planning and our planning tools, our worksheet builder, you'll come in and you'll be greeted with a number of fields the drop down boxes that you can select. What we're going to do here is first of all select our context, and we are going to do a year 8 worksheet for health and physical education. And I'm going to set my literacy level, come back and fix that, literacy level at developing literacy. What this is targeting is how the language will be framed if it's a reading passage and the questions that we're also going to be asked. We're trying to reduce the complexity of the questions and the text as AI will spit out. If you don't clearly define what the audience of the text is going to be, you'll get a large variable of how difficult that language is. And because we would like it to be accessible to students, we're going to select this at developing at the year 8. If you find your worksheet is too hard in its language, reduce this literacy level, maybe not the year level. The year level, what we're trying to do here is match out to the curriculum standards, even though that in some curriculums that's progressive, like a number of algebra throughout the years. You're able to, if you would like to, give that a few trials. When we have done it, it's a bit inconsistent. So stick with your year level. The format, we've given you a range of different types of formatted worksheets that you can build. Over time, we will work on the actual physical format of the worksheet, but what we're now doing is taking the text and formatting that into questions and the instructions on the worksheet with some learning intentions as well. If you would like to give these a try, as in guided reading passages with formative questions, case studies, which will take your learning intention and key concepts and messages throughout the description of your learning intention and your topic from up the top, and we will project that into a real world scenario with some formative questions, guiding questions that are guiding after the case study, and all of these other different types. What I really like to choose is the AI choose best fit. What we're going to do then is run an analysis of your description of your learning intention, and we'll extract what the key projection of what you're trying to get the kids to learn, what part of the curriculum is that matched out to, and we will try and frame the questions that are using the best evidence-based approaches for the type of learning that you're giving those students. So sometimes if you are not quite sure what type of worksheet you're after, click this one, or you can, if you know what you're after, do this one. So for now, I'm going to do AI best fit. Now I'm going to focus in on my learning intention, and here exactly how it sounds. Write a learning intention, how you would project that to your students. You can go into as little as much detail as you want. The more detail you give, the narrower you can zone in and give more context to the artificial intelligence to be able to analyze that and put that into contextual activities. The less parameters you give in a description to the AI, you give creative license back to out of your hands. You're giving it back to the AI, the worksheet builder here. You would like to try and give as much control to you as possible by narrowing these and giving you these fields. Students are learning an introduction to mental health between peers and how they identify its traits. Okay, so a couple of key parts here. So very basic, but we are talking about the students are learning and it's an introduction. So I'm inferring here that it's at the beginning stages, and we're not going to do a revision style worksheet. We're projecting that we're having an introduction to mental health, and I narrowed it down the audience as well. So we're focusing not broadly on mental health, we're focusing it's between their peers. And also what I'd like them to do is look at observable characteristics or traits, not traits of what mental health looks like within their peers. When you're ready, you can select Run Tool, and that will take 2 or 3 steps to be able to go through. You'll sit on 0 for a little while, but that's because we are looking at the curriculum standards and also your learning intention and extracting out and running an analysis of that first before we will push through and start writing content. The different curriculums here, we're going to refine that perhaps a little bit later on. We might look at letting you put in the subject, because I know that there's a range of subjects that sit outside this curriculum area. So we might add in some fields, but this is our run and go at it first. We get given our Word file here. Once you click on that, I'll let that download, and I can click this and our projection was just going to load up on my screen. So here is my worksheet that it's built for me with my learning intentions and success criteria, and it's asked me to define and list 3 columns. So we've got a variety of multiple choice, or not multiple choice, multi-layered questions, some short answers, and some longer one like describe 2 strategies, reflection. So I can, if I come through and I might just highlight a few, describe, create, reflect. Our verb is getting a well-rounded picture. Following a sentence, I notice peer exhibiting signs of mental health struggles. I should. Okay, we're getting projection of what we're trying to give the kids to do. Excellent tutorial here, being able to project how you're going to take that instructional language and build it into a worksheet. And we're not trying to create busy work here. We're trying to create a variety of activity methods and modes for students to demonstrate their learning, demonstrate their understanding, but also have a lot of fun with being able to really narrow and target. I want my students to really zone in and target and learn this. You're able to do that with AI, and that's the exciting part.